Hello, and welcome to another episode of Todd Talk, because when Todd talks, people listen. Hopefully. I might actually lose some credibility after this one, because, yeah. Okay, so if you didn't see the title, this is the preview for Metal Sonic versus Zero for Death Battle. And, okay, this one's actually really hard, because I'm feeling that fanboy urge again, kind of like what I felt for Bane versus Venom, where I knew Venom was gonna win, but I had to pick Bane. Um, and I'm getting that kind of feeling here because my research is telling me that one character is going to win, but something just tells me that the other is going to win, and I'm not alone in this thought. So I might just have to, take one on the chin for this one. I'll still be in the win column for the record. I think I'm like 5-2 so far this season. So 5-3, that's still better than 50%, which is where I was last year. So let's break this down, all right? So first off, this battle is, as the Screw Attack team and the Death Battle team are calling it, the spiritual successor to Dr. Wily versus Dr. Eggman, which was it was the end of season 1, I think, season 1 or season 2, one of those. Yeah, it was a really big battle. It had all of Dr. Wily's best robots versus all of Dr. Eggman's best robots, and in the end, Metal Sonic, who is part of Dr. Eggman's team, just destroyed everybody. Screwed the whole planet over and everything. Went Metal Overlord and just, yeah, it was bad for that world. I mean, the fight was actually really, really funny. And so now we are getting the spiritual successor in that Metal Sonic will now be the sole combatant. And now they're facing Zero. He's facing Zero, who was not in the original match for legitimate reasons. So here we are. Now, Metal Sonic is, of course, Dr. Eggman's greatest creation, arguably. He was made with the specific purpose of defeating Sonic the Hedgehog, which, as we all know, is not as easy as you might think. So he made Metal Sonic to, not just look like him, but be better than him. And in some ways, he is. It is consistently said and shown that Metal Sonic is as fast as Sonic the Hedgehog's average speed, which is around 756 miles per hour, I believe it was. So he's really freaking fast. Okay? And what's even more interesting is that he has this maximum overdrive ability, which actually lets him go 4 times as fast, which means he's going over 3,000 miles per hour, give or take, for a short amount of time. Now, he also has a copy ability of sorts where he can literally scan the life data of a being and know all of their techniques and skills to an extent. I'm told it is to an extent. For example, he learned Sonic's spin dash, he learned the homing attack, and various other skills. And you'd think this would make him indestructible, but he does get beaten, and he gets beaten often, even when he's in Metal Overlord form, which I'll be getting to in a minute. Aside from that, he has the ability to shoot lasers. He's got the near impenetrable black shield. This was one really, really powerful robot, and so naturally he's appeared a lot of times, and even though every time he's lost, he has gotten the better of Sonic the Hedgehog a couple times. Now, a lot of people have been asking, will he go Metal Overlord? To my knowledge, he can't on his own. Let me explain. In the death battle before Wily versus Eggman, he not only had a Chaos Emerald in him, which is key to his power absorption, but also he absorbed the entire egg fleet, which is how he became Metal Overlord. Now, in the games, it specifically stated that he became Metal Overlord, at least in the instance that I read. He became that when he scanned and basically absorbed all the powers of the entire Sonic team, like Sonic, Knuckles, Amy, Tails, one of the Chow, and so on and so forth. But if he's just fighting one guy, and remember, blank slate, all their powers per se, but to to an extent. Like he won't have Metal Sonic won't be able to go Sonic Metal Wolf Alert, as far as I can tell. Now he may be able to go Neo Metal Sonic, which, as far as I've read, is a technique where he can just do it on his own based on having enough power, and that could be enough, but I'm not sure. It's very convoluted, to be honest with you. At least how the research that I've done made it sound like it's convoluted. Now, moving on to Zero, who is honestly one of my favorite characters. I played a lot of his the Game Boy Advance games, and I did have a few of the Mega Man X series where he, was born. I didn't know this. Keiji Iefune, who's the creator of Mega Man and Zero, actually wanted Zero to be the main character. He created Zero to be the next Mega Man. But then there was some confusion, there was some concerns about fans relating to him, so they decided to make Mega Man and Mega Man X, or just X as he's known in the series, and Zero his partner. And I actually think that was for the best, because it allowed them to show off how different these two were. Zero was created by Dr. Wily to, wait for it, be better than Mega Man X, and he kind of succeeded. I mean, he said specifically he wanted him to be better than Bass, who was his previous best creation, and obviously Mega Man. And I still can't believe this. Through a computer glitch, programming glitch, he was too violent. He was too uncontrollable. He would not listen to Wily, and so he sealed him away for a long time. And when he awoke, he was still having these issues until Sigma got a hold of him, and then all of a sudden, oh, he's a good guy, and then he became one of the Maverick Hunters, and the rest is history, sort of. What I like about Zero is I love his sword. Okay, the Z-Saber, I love that thing. It's really, really cool. It's something that really differentiates him from Mega Man or Mega Man X. And yes, I know they're two different characters. I'm just putting them together just so you know. I just really love that thing. It's really, really fun. And he's just a really fun character to meet. I like how he's a little more quiet than Mega Man X. How he can't copy abilities, but he can acquire them. Which is kind of like the variable weapon system, but a little bit different because he has to use it in a certain way, which I thought was really, really cool. Not that he doesn't have a lot of weapons. He has a lot of weapons, much like Mega Man. See, this fight is going to be a mix of Bane versus Venom and Astro Boy versus Mega Man, because you'd think that Zero would have the most weapons, and he technically does, but just because Metal Sonic has fewer weapons, like Astro Boy, doesn't mean that he's not going to win. So going back to Zero, though, Zero's fought in numerous wars. The whole Maverick Hunter saga, and obviously not just the Mega Man X games, but then his own series on the Game Boy Advance, which is where I came to know him. He's fought numerous battles. He's fought numerous massive robots. He is programmed to be insanely powerful, insanely fast. He is a master of all hand-to-hand combat, as far as I've read. There was a stat sheet on Zero. He's no joke. Here's where the problem comes in. Does it matter? Okay. Again, this is where the Mega Man Astro Boy reference comes in, because yes, Mega Man totally outclassed Astro Boy in all the weapons he had because of the variable weapon system. And just like Mega Man, Zero will likely have every single weapon, every single armor, which I'll get to in a second, that he's acquired through all the games and his spin-offs, that are canon. But will it matter? It's tricky, because a lot of fans are saying that Zero is just gonna wipe the floor with Metal Sonic for various reasons. But then again, these are the same fans who also said that Captain Marvel would go binary and just totally wreck Android 18, and I was one of them. Now, unlike that battle, I didn't have a preference to either Android 18 or Captain Marvel. I do have a preference here, and it is to Zero, because I like Zero. I always liked Zero. And so I want to choose him. But the question is whether his weapons and his skills will be enough to counter Metal Sonic. Because Metal Sonic, as I said, can scan the life data and learn all the techniques to a degree. So you could state that Metal Sonic could scan Zero with who again being his maximal potential and know all of his techniques, which could be enough to actually jumpstart him into going to Metal Overlord. I don't know. But Zero has, I don't know if I could say has faced robots like Metal Sonic, but he has faced, a variety of creations in his quest to, bring peace to the humans and the Reploids. And while I can't say for certain that he's beaten someone like Metal Sonic, I do think he's taken out a lot of great characters, including but not limited to Sigma, Omega, multiple times. I believe he's beaten X even once or twice, or 3 times. And he's got a great arsenal, but will it matter? The other thing is obviously speed. While I said that Zero was built to be fast, and he is, Metal Sonic, again, 756 miles per hour. Now, it's said that Zero has great reflexes, and his fighting style is actually to use his enemy's techniques against him. And again, technically, Zero can mimic, to an extent, some of his foe's abilities, but I don't know how that would apply to Metal Sonic. Now, I know some people are like, what about the impenetrable black shield? Well, Zero has weapons that can take that out. He has Sigma's blade, which actually specifically states to cut through any and all barriers, and is especially effective against boss level characters. And if those barriers can be destroyed by Sigma's blade, I have no doubt he can cut through Metal Sonic, the black shield. But will it matter? I don't know. I want Zero to win. I do. But I'm struggling to whether, again, this is like, I try to be impartial. I'm trying to be like Death Battle here, but again, a lot of fans are saying that Zero's going to win. And I know that technically Zero is a glass cannon, but he knows that too. Okay? He knows his skills, he knows his limitations, and so he builds his fighting style around that. And again, even both of these guys have died. Okay, Metal Sonic has died multiple times. Zero has died multiple times. So it's not like, can they be killed? I know they can be killed. Both of them can be killed. They can emphatically be killed. But who's going to kill who first? I'm going to go fanboy again. I'm sorry. I'm going to pick Zero. I think that something in his arsenal will just totally overwhelm Metal Sonic, no matter what form he takes, and I guess it's just gonna have to be good enough for me because I can't bring myself to do Metal Sonic. I just can't. It's Zero. I love Zero. So yeah, I am picking Zero to win this death battle. Guess we'll find out next week now, won't we? And again, I will take the 5-3 record. If I lose, I will totally take it. I don't care because I love Zero. He is a legitimately great fighter. I think he can go toe-to-toe with Metal Sonic. I don't know his specific speed capabilities. It says it's superhuman, but superhuman doesn't mean 756 miles per hour. So, there you go. Yes, I am officially ending it here. I am picking Zero to beat Metal Sonic. And with that, I am ending this very fanboy-fueled episode of Todd Talk. Who do you think is going to win between Metal Sonic and Zero? Let me know your thoughts. If you know something that I have missed out on, please let me know so I can, mention it in my reaction video next week. Yeah, just gonna have to live with the consequences should I be wrong. So I thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I know you were listening, and I will see you around.